She's the daughter of an action hero and a supermodel. But Arissa LeBrock isn't following in their footsteps. She's blazing her own trail, aiming for the bright lights of WWE. This is the story of how a plus-size model and legit martial artist is stepping out of two gigantic shadows to build her own legacy, proving that the fighting spirit can pop up in the most unexpected places. An unlikely pedigree. To really get Arissa LeBrock's journey, you have to understand the massive shadows her parents cast. Her father is Steven Seagal, a name that means bone-crunching action movies from the late 80s and 90s. As a 7th Dan black belt in Aikido, Seagal wasn't just an actor. He was a real-deal martial artist who brought a kind of brutal reality to blockbusters like Above the Law and Under Siege. He put Aikido on the map in America, creating a persona that was all stoic intensity and real-world fighting skill. Her mother is Kelly LeBrock, a true icon. For a whole generation, she was the ultimate dream girl, the star of the classic film Weird Science. As a supermodel and actress, she was the face of 1980s glamour, a fascinating and stark contrast to her husband's tough guy world. Their high-profile and famously rocky marriage put them all over the tabloids. But Arissa's childhood was intentionally kept far from the Hollywood chaos. After her parents' divorce, Kelly LeBrock moved the kids to a ranch, away from the public eye. She even got rid of the TV, wanting her children to grow up grounded and away from the celebrity circus. Growing up, Arissa didn't immediately jump into acting or martial arts. Instead, she carved out her own path in the world of plus-size modeling. This was her first big move to define herself. She landed campaigns for major brands and was featured in Plus Model magazine, becoming a voice for body positivity in a notoriously tough industry. She even appeared on the Lifetime reality show Growing Up Supermodel in 2017, which followed her career while dealing with the pressure of her famous parents. Even then, her message was clear. She recalled people always saying, "Oh, you're Kelly LeBrock's daughter. You're Steven Seagal's daughter." Her response was always a firm, "No, I'm me." For most, a successful modeling career would be the end goal. But another part of her legacy was waiting in the wings. Her father's fighting spirit was simmering, and it was about to lead her down a path no one expected. From the photo studio to the one place where your last name doesn't matter unless you can back it up, the wrestling ring, the grind, and the setback. The jump from modeling to pro wrestling might seem strange, but for Arissa LeBrock, it was fueled by a passion that was in her blood. While the world saw a model, Arissa was quietly training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, one of the most demanding martial arts out there. This wasn't just a workout, it was a serious commitment. She trained and competed at the well-respected Paragon Jiu-Jitsu and Kickboxing Academy, earning her legitimacy through pure hard work. This unique blend of a model's presence and a jiu-jitsu practitioner's credentials made her a hot commodity, and it caught the eye of WWE, a company always searching for one-of-a-kind athletes with mainstream appeal. In December 2019, the call came, an official WWE tryout at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. This is the ultimate test for aspiring wrestlers, a brutal, multi-day affair designed to find the next big stars. She was there with over 40 other elite athletes, all fighting for a developmental contract. But for Arissa, the pressure was on another level. She wasn't just another athlete, she was Steven Seagal's daughter. She gave it her all, but then disaster struck. Shortly after the tryout, she suffered a major injury that put her dream on hold. In wrestling, injuries don't care about your potential or your last name. They can end a career before it even starts. This period tested her resolve. It would have been easy to quit and go back to modeling. The struggle was made even tougher by a personal challenge she's faced her whole life: being single-sided deaf. She's spoken about this openly, not as an excuse, but as another hurdle she's learned to overcome. The injury, combined with this challenge, sent her to what she described as one of the darkest places in her life. The dream seemed to be slipping away, but true fighters are made in those dark places. The question was no longer if she had the genes, but if she had the heart to fight back. The comeback and the debut. A dream put on hold can either break you or make you stronger. For Arissa LeBrock, her time away from the ring became a period of rebirth. Just when it seemed like the dream might be over, a crucial phone call changed everything. The call was from Dustin Rhodes, a man who knows a thing or two about legacy and reinvention. Dustin, the son of the legendary American Dream Dusty Rhodes and brother of WWE star Cody Rhodes, is wrestling royalty. From the unforgettable Goldust to the natural, Dustin has proven himself to be one of the most respected performers in the business. Now, as the head coach of the Rhodes Wrestling Academy in Texas, he trains the next generation. When Dustin Rhodes sees potential, people pay attention, and he saw it in Arissa. Dustin offered her a second chance. For Arissa, it was a lifeline. She later said, "When I got the call from Dustin, I realized that I had become comfortable in the darkest, worst place in my life. It was time for me to give every ounce of passion within me to professional wrestling." She packed her bags, moved to Texas, and dedicated herself completely to learning the craft. Training with Dustin Rhodes isn't about fame. It's about fundamentals and hard work. Dustin praised her drive, saying, "She's doing a great job, but this is only the beginning for her." He predicted, "Pretty soon the whole world's going to be talking about Arissa LeBrock." That endorsement from a legend like Dustin was huge. It proved her aspirations were real. Her hard work paid off. In March 2023, she graduated from the Rhodes Wrestling Academy and competed in her first wrestling showcase. This was her official debut on the independent circuit, the first time performing in front of a live crowd. It was a massive step, marking a comeback that began with injury and uncertainty. She was no longer just the daughter of Hollywood stars trying to be a wrestler. She was a wrestler, period. She had finally stepped out of their shadows and into the squared circle on her own terms. What's next for Arissa LeBrock? Arissa LeBrock's story is about defying expectations. She's the daughter of Hollywood royalty who chose a path that demands a completely different kind of toughness. She built a career in modeling, became a legitimate martial artist, and fought back from a devastating injury that nearly ended her wrestling dream. Her journey from a WWE tryout to training with Dustin Rhodes and finally debuting on the independent circuit shows a resilience that has to be earned. Her story is unfolding in an era of legacy stars in WWE. We see it with Charlotte Flair, daughter of Ric Flair, and Ava, daughter of The Rock. These second and third generation stars have a spotlight on them from day one, which magnifies every success and every failure. For Arissa, that pressure is even more unique since her parents' fame comes from outside the wrestling world. This leaves us with some fascinating questions. Will she eventually get another shot at the global stage of WWE? They were clearly interested once, and her training under a respected mind like Dustin Rhodes only makes her more valuable. What kind of performer will she become? Will she be a devastating striker, leaning into her father's martial arts background? Or will she blend her mother's glamour with in-ring brutality? The most exciting possibility is that she'll combine all of it, the model, the fighter, the Hollywood kid, into something totally new. Her background is her biggest advantage. She brings a story that's completely new to wrestling and could attract fans who might not normally watch. More importantly, she's shown she's willing to do the hard work. She didn't try to use her name for an easy ride, she used it to get a tryout, and when that fell through, she went back to square one to learn the craft from the ground up. That's the sign of someone who respects the business. This journey is far from over. It's really just getting started. The road to superstardom is long and tough. If you want to follow Arissa LeBrock's career and see more stories about wrestling's next generation, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now, we want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Arissa LeBrock has what it takes to make it to WWE? And what kind of star do you think she'll become? We can't wait to see what you think.